That's the lighting there. Horrible. How is that worse? I don't understand. Is this camera dirty? What's going on here? Why is it so like that? Huh? Seems to be getting better the lower it goes. I guess we're laying down tonight, folks. That's where the light wants to be. Boom. There we go. How are you guys all doing tonight? I got a commercial on home live stream. I'll wait for that commercial to run through. They only did that lock. I can't make sure I am not smuggling people over here. You did say you were gonna fly me over, Vernon. Where that helicopter at? No. That's fun. Can you imagine me being a smuggler, smuggling people over from here to America, all in second gear? Hey, Alan's in the house. Bobtail Trucker, Karen, Chris V. How's it going today? It's going pretty good. Today I managed to hook up the temporary power system in this blue van so that I can run Starlink, charge my laptop, and all that stuff. For the last little bit, I've been charging everything basically off of Mr. Blur's Blue Eddy, which is awesome for him to let me to do that. But I missed having power on my own, so we managed to get it hooked up today, just temporary. That's why I'm being investigated, because I talked about a helicopter. Really? That's craziness. They're listening. Peter Jones, hello from Strathmore. Nice, that's not far away. Very cool. Like Dale 3, Canada may consider that income for Bruce. I'm pretty sure they'll consider everything income. Thank you so much for that, Bobtail Trucker. Peter, I'm in Chestermere. Yeah, Van Nut's in Chestermere as well. Sean Hodgkinson, hello, people. Robbie, hello, hello, everyone. Love the van, Bruce. Thank you very much for that. You guys seem to be really liking the van tour video. I appreciate that so much. Unfortunately, there was some music playing in the background of one of the neighbors where I had parked to do the van tour, and then when I first uploaded it, it like got a copyright for just like faint music in the background. I have that problem here at Deerfoot City as well, just being around the mall and such. They play loud music over the speakers, and a lot of times it messes with the audio. Why not a trade system? A few Canadians for a few Americans, right? That's all I'm saying, you know? Don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you so much. Thanks for posting the van tour earlier, Bruce. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. I would have got it a lot. It was supposed to be out this morning, but just with everything going on. Bruce, we just like that you are moving ahead in the van with the van, and it's great for us to see the progress. Yeah, absolutely. I love the fact that we're going to be able to see this van from day one. That's one of the things I wasn't able to really do with the white van. I did take pictures and such. Mainly, my girlfriend at the time, she took a lot of pictures for documentation of how we built the van. So with those pictures, I'll be able to kind of do like a memorial video kind of slideshow thing, saying goodbye to the white van, showing all of what it's been through and all of that stuff. But I never really got a chance to vlog it from, like day one, like this van, and show exactly what it's been through and all of what's gone into it. You guys get a little bit of a glimpse of that when I pulled it apart briefly, but seeing everything come together, being ripped apart, is a totally different thing. Thank you, Karen. Bruce, I really liked the new van tour. Loved the notebook plans. Thank you. Yeah, even for the white van, I have like literally full exercise books of like blueprinted plans on which ways it could go and which idea it came down to. Mm, Peter Jones. Oh my god, I dropped off the box of diesel parts. Nice, yeah. Peter Jones, absolutely. I remember you. Yeah, you dropped off a box of diesel heater stuff. Turtle actually has that right now. And I actually seen his diesel heater smoking the other day, so that box of parts might come in handy quicker than he thinks. Currently, I don't have a heater in the blue van at all. It has a wonderful heater, like just into it itself, but no diesel heater or nothing installed right now. Where the factory rear heater came out of this van, I was looking at it and I really don't think there's going to be room to put it in there temporarily. We ended up getting like a big burst of a snowstorm, which I'm really hoping doesn't happen. I have that door with the foam window blocker thing. Could always get like a piece of plywood and put a temporary heater in there if I needed to. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Hi, Bruce. From New Zealand. Glad you managed to get the electrical going, man. You guys blow me away with those cold temperatures you endure. Yeah, it's thank you. It's definitely it's not fun. And video really doesn't do it justice. Turtle actually talks about those days a lot still. How people don't really realize just because we were outside in the -50 doesn't mean we were enjoying it or in any shape or form having a good time. We were trying to like make light of a cold situation, just having fun with it. But realistically, his like fingers actually stuck to his key when he was trying to start his bus. That's how cold it was. He's a snow creature and likes being up in the mountains skiing. I want to be down on the beaches somewhere warm. I really don't like the -50. When are you going to get that transmission out? So I'm really hoping to get it out this week. But it's kind of scary just being, not mobile with the van for an X amount of time. It does need to get done regardless, but yeah, I'm hoping that this week I will be able to get it done. I have the power system now, and I can run it on solar. Technically, even with the transmission out, I could still idle the van. Um, but yeah, we're just gonna try and get it done as quick as possible in a way. But it's expensive, It's expensive. But it'll be worth it because the guy that I got to rebuild the transmission, I'm really glad that I got this guy to be able to rebuild it because he is not only going to rebuild it, but he's also going to like put upgrades into it, knowing the weak points of that transmission, so that hopefully this never has to happen again. That's the main reason I went with this guy, because he knows what he's doing. He's not one of those guys that's gonna like take your transmission, but change the fluids and the filters and give it back to you and be like, she's rebuilt, but no. This is actually fresh rebuilt transmission. So that's the main reason I'm going with that guy. It stinks that progress happens sooner than planned, but not your sole focus can be. Not your sole. Stinks that progress happens. Yeah, I look at this as the kick in the butt that I need it really. I was kind of dancing around getting rid of the white van and picking it apart and kind of in the same situation that I am with the transmission of this van, actually. Kind of dancing around it, and I need to get it out, but I don't really want to because right now I'm mobile. But in the end, it's gonna have to come out. So, just like getting rid of the van, we're just gonna have to rip the band-aid off this week. So, turtles, diesel heater, smoking again. Tell him to put a little carrot. Yeah, so he's actually been mentioning that as well. He's gonna be running some kerosene through that very soon. So everyone just got my laundry full. Nice. How you doing, Gregory? Um, can't can't you just put another transmission in for temporary? I could, but on top of the $2,000 rebuild, that would be another like $250, $300 from pick and pull for a temporary transmission. and that would also require doing the entire job twice. With the rebuild being as much as it is, I don't want to put a temporary transmission in it just for the cost part of the whole thing. Is it would be very nice, but just right now it's not possible. Are you able to park on the transmission? Are you able to be parked at the transmission shop? No, no, I don't. I wouldn't be able to park at the transmission shop. I'll probably be parking on some side street somewhere, or maybe at a friend's place. I'm not too sure yet. That's the one thing I'm not really 100% sure on. Here is kind of looking like the most comfortable spot with everything around me to be able to sit for a few days, possibly a week or even more, with the transmission waiting for it to come back. But yeah, yes, for what we shall. Yeah, I'm definitely stubborn. Rip the band-aid, right? I know. And it's not even like a big job on my part, like pulling it out and putting it back in. Realistically, like pulling it out, it's like an hour, hour and a half if I want to take my time. Putting it back in, same amount of time. It's a very basic transmission. It's just once it's off and it's out, I'm basically, Fred Flintstone in this van. You know what I mean? So as you guys remember, at the beginning of this channel, whoever has watched my beginning videos, you remember that I was kind of in this spot like a couple years ago, but with a different situation, different van, and I had no problem walking for laundry and showers and all of that. Now I have a great community around me. Even right now, with Turtle not being able to move his bus very far, when I go for a shower, he rides with me, so we all kind of have that community and such, which makes it really a lot easier when doing stuff like this. If I was just doing this, pulling the transmission out, sending it off for a rebuild on side the highway, it'd be a totally different situation. And pulling in here before it gets to that, uh, it's probably better to be safe than sorry and get it done now. Randy's in the house. How much for a used transmission? Or a used transmission is probably about like 250, 300 bucks from Pick and Pull. Um, yeah, yeah, it's about 250, 300 bucks from Pick and Pull. While doing procrastinate, so man, I was supposed to do this weekend, pushing ball joints and oil change. Gotta get on that stuff soon enough. I know, right? Dollar, dollar, dollar. Yeah, absolutely. Rocio, how you doing? Outdoor Ron 68. Danielle, hey Junior, big fan of the video of the way van being pulled away. Made me, yeah, it was very emotional for me. All. Seeing something that you've lived in for so many years, and it doesn't matter if it's a tent. You know what I mean? You've lived in something for a number of years. Watching it go away feels weird. Get a tow bar and lights from Hobo Freight, Princess Auto, just in case you need to be mobile. Anyone can tow you. That is very true. But that's another huge expense, getting a tow bar. I heard you need to put a shut-off valve on the diesel heater, otherwise diesel leaks in the heater. I don't think that would be possible with the way that most people install them in the floor, because the fuel has to go up in order to. I don't think it would really leak in there. I've also had a shut-off valve in mine before, and I never really used it, and then in the end, it ended up leaking, and I needed to remove it in like -30. Thanks to Mr. Blur, he ended up doing that for me because I woke up freezing. But yeah, how much is that in U.S. dollars? I'm not sure. Um, I'm not sure of the conversion. Uh, let's see. Google says all. Uh, dollar. conversion. And look it up right now. Da, 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 da. US dollars. So let's just say 3. So it'd be 300 Canadian is 218.08. I'm missing chats. Sammy, hi fam. How's everyone tonight? We're doing all right. How are you doing tonight, Sammy? I'm doing good, Sammy. Wonder if it isn't the inside of the torque converter rattling, because a broke flex plate usually don't last very far. Yeah, I've definitely been nursing it. It could be something with the torque converter, but the torque converter really does like feel good on startup and stuff. But I'm no automatic transmission guru by no means. Uh, I guess we won't really know. I'm hoping that's why I'm really hoping to just put everything in fresh and new, so we don't have to play this guessing game like we had to play on many of my other vehicles. Just put everything in fresh. And believe me, it doesn't want to go far. Any kind of incline and it slips. uh, There's no problem. There's no guarantee with a transmission from pick and pull. Absolutely. And that's the main reason why I didn't want to go with the pick and pull transmission. I've done that song and dance a few times on my other vehicles. And, you can sometimes end up going to pick and pull 3 times before you get one that actually works. And that's a lot of labor for no reason. And also, fuel back and forth and all of that stuff. In the end, you don't know if it's going to last 2 months or 2 years. Some people luck out and they get one that lasts a very long time, but every now and then you get one that doesn't last so long. So I want to do a fresh one, even if I have to wait. That's going to be a lot of the premise of this van build is hurry up and wait, because there's certain things that I need to do in a certain order in order to do it right. Even right now, I'm planning out which things I need to do first. I mentioned to Mr. Blur the other day that, weird enough, I think one of the things I need to do for the interior build, weird enough, is to paint the floor of the inside of the van and also the roof, which is weird. But I'm gonna have wires going through my roof, and also I'm going to be covering my floor one almost first. So I want to get those things done right away. And then once I paint the roof, then I can hook up, run wires through, cut holes, all that fancy stuff. I have a lot of light bars that are going to be going on the roof, so that is why. Also for solar and other things like Starlink. Yeah, you got more moderators than Chrome. Yeah, it's good to have moderators. Uh, yeah. I had a Chevy pickup once and did the pick and pull transmission swap 4 times before I got a half decent one. Exactly. Bruce, you got more patience than we do. Thank you. Yeah, van life has definitely taught me patience. No transmission hash one already built that you can use, uh, and can use yours as a core. Maybe. When I talked to the transmission guy, with telling him the situation, he might end up having one in the back that he can just swap out for me, but we need to make sure that it's the exact same one. Randy actually mentioned to me, like, the transmission in this van, they only did like a certain year, and they changed certain things about it. So I want to make sure I get the right one. Weird enough, like, drive shafts are almost the same price as transmissions around here. It's craziness. I had to replace a drive shaft one time, and I ended up just selling the vehicle. I was like, nope, it's more than what I paid for it. Mm, I meant I'm fine. Yeah, we like get you. Yeah, we are like get you moving. Painting the roof would be beneficial to use RV top coating and rubberize it. Hmm. I think I'm just gonna go with normal black paint. Um, I was thinking about doing like a bed liner or something back on the white van, but that's when I've thought about climbing up there and doing stuff. With this one, I don't want to be climbing on the roof at all, and I want to have the entire roof solar panel. So I just want to do a fresh black paint on it, and then when I drill and go to seal stuff, everything is nice and fresh. No one will really ever see the roof, so that is one benefit. It'll hopefully all be covered by one big solar panel in the future. I have done the rubberized roof on my motorhomes though. You do, eating. I never really sleep too much. I never really eat too much. I should be eating a lot more. Right now, I'm actually out of propane, so I just went into Walmart and grabbed some hot dogs and just put them on a piece of bread and perfect. I don't need no cooking around here. But yeah, you know, I definitely need to start eating better. But having a right now having everything everywhere is very confusing. I got everything basically in bags, so nothing is organized enough to do anything. Does OfferUp exist? I don't even know what OfferUp is. I'm sure somebody knows what OfferUp is. Yeah, vehicles are usually pick and pull for a reason. Never exactly, and Chevys of this year, if they're in, if they're into pick and pull, chances are they might even be there because of these transmissions. What happens if you get one from pick and pull and you have him rebuild that one and you can still be mobile? And that is definitely a good idea, Vernon. I would, in a perfect world, I would love to do that. But that means the $2,000 for the transmission rebuild and then an additional 300 and some odd dollars just to get me mobile for now. Um, with the rebuild cost being so much, I don't mind just waiting for it to get rebuilt. Um, Instead of doing the job twice and costing more. I really don't want to spend any more than I need to on this transmission stuff. I'd really like to just get it once, one and done. Have a good. We need new training. So I sold too much. Hey, Sarah Rose is in the house. It's the same money plus extra. Yeah, exactly. It's the same money plus extra. We will see the roof anytime you jump off of it. No climbing on this roof, Rocio. No climbing on this roof at all. That's another thing I'm hoping for. When I lower the van that little bit, is that I'll be able to get at solar paneling cleared off anytime it's needing cleaning or anything like that a little easier. I do not want to be climbing on this roof, none at all. That's why I'm very happy to have that ladder actually, so I can lean it up against it, get up off the side. No climbing on this baby. You said at pick and pull it's 250. Yeah, it's about 250. It is walk up and raise by video. How long for the rebuild? I'm not too sure. I'm thinking anywhere from a week to a month. I'm not too sure. I'll know exactly what more when I go to drop off the transmission. But right now, it's kind of up in the air. I do know the guy that I want to rebuild it, but it's just we'll know more when I drop it off to him. Sure, we can gather 300 for a pick and pull transmission. That would be awesome, Mindful Force. But honestly, I would probably prefer to use it towards the transmission rebuild. I'd love to get mobile right now, but I really don't mind waiting and having it done properly. If I just wait a little longer, um, you know, having a fresh one will be a lot better doing the job twice. Um, Between your white van, blue van's transmission issues, seeing chrome full rebuild, it's got me thinking about buying a cheap minivan or something and storing it for a backup plan. Yeah, minivans are always good to have. You know, could you use a couple of jack stands? Yeah, actually. I mean, I was talking about the guys with that the other day, doing things proper on this fan and not so like, sketchy, like holding stuff on with vice grips and ratchet straps. I figure it'd be time to actually use a jack stand. So yeah, I could use a jack stand. Thank you. So all my links are in the description of the live stream or any video. Also on the about section of my channel. So in I believe so. Yes, Vernon. Yeah. Oh, my arms going dead. Ow. Sorry, guys. Camera angle's gonna be crap. I need to sit up. There we go. That's it. Light's too bright, man. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah. What's that? 10 o'clock. Cool, cool. Almost half an hour. And it's batteries. Good, good. Oh, thank you very much for that, Vernon. The PayPal link. I appreciate it. Bruce, I saw an Astrovan lift it and thought of a van build. Astrovans are sweet, man. There's no doubt about it. Thank you, Peter. I really appreciate that, man. Having jack stands. I know a lot of people in the comments will appreciate that as well. I see. There's one guy always comments and he's complains that I crawl underneath a vehicle, trusting the air in the tires. I mean, listen, if you can't trust your tires to lay underneath it, then there's something wrong. That's all I'm saying. Also, I'm pretty sure if the tires bust, the rims would keep it up enough. I'm a skinny guy. I'd be fine. Car ramps, 3-ton jack stands, and trans jack long extensions will be make the transmission. Yeah, that would require me putting the van way up in the air. My way of actually blow a lot of people away when I explain to them and show them how I remove a transmission from a vehicle without putting it on the air. I can drop it right on the ground with my jack. I don't lift the vehicle up in the air at all. All four tires stay on the ground. I slowly lower the transmission to the ground, slide it to the side, lift one corner of the van, allowing the bell housing to go into the driver's wheel wall area, and then slip past the frame. You can get it out without lifting your vehicle up. I've done it with numerous vehicles, motorhomes, all that kinds of stuff. I'll show you guys in the video coming up. Hit that like button. Wow, awesome, Peter. I know, right? Jack stands. That's cool. Do you have a spot to work on the van? Yep, use, but the alleyway is a bit muddy, and anybody who's worked on vehicles, putting a jack in the mud or on dirt, sometimes it'll sink down. And working on a dry street, I think, is a lot more comfortable. I do have a tarp, so people can when I'm removing the transmission. No leaks will be. And I'll show you guys. The uh, plugs that people use on construction sites and stuff. So you take those and you put it in your lines, and then when it swells up, it slows down or stops the leak, and you don't have any like spillage while you're moving stuff around. It's a cool mechanic hack. Show you guys that in the video. And there's an Astra van for sale out here. Converted it to 6-inch lift. If I only had the money, right? Yeah, Astra vans are sweet. I've thought about those before, but I don't like that there's no full chassis underneath those vehicles, and it's more like a unibody. For the power I want to run, you know what I mean? We need that full chassis. The two front tires only need to be. What's that? Two front tires only to be in the air on most vehicles. Newer ones require full lift. Yeah, no. Yeah, some vehicles now you need to take the whole freaking cab off the vehicle. Just do spark plug wires. It's crazy. It's craziness. There's one thing I'm really happy about with this van being shorter is no dual drive shaft. This thing has a single piece drive shaft, just like any pickup truck. Deadly. I love that. Anybody who watches my channel probably remembers me talking about the carrier bearing blowing out of my van and me holding it on with with vice grips in the middle. And car litter absorbs extra spillage. Hmm? Oh, kitty litter. I would imagine yeah, kitty litter. Uh, Brake clean also. Like if you spray brake clean on the spills and you just hit it with some paper towel, most times you can get like 95% of it up. So anytime I ever like drop a little bit of spills, you know what I mean, clean it up right quick. Uh, I know that feeling. Just got my tires switched from summer air. Only problem with Chevy Astrovans first is the rear door seals. Yeah, absolutely. Would they ever come by and ask you to move your van because it's been sitting in one spot for a while? Yeah, exactly, Karen. I've thought about that as well, and I've actually had to push my white van fully built before when it was not mobile. If it came down to it, this van being a lot lighter, me having a community behind me, my plan is once the transmission's removed, if I end up doing it here on the street, that every day or two I could just give it a shove, move it up a little bit, push it around. Heck, I'll hook it to the back of the turtle, and when he pulls in the parking lot, I get him to tow me around. We'll make it happen. Yeah, I definitely will not. I will try and make sure that I don't sit in one spot for too long. I am a big promoter of that in this area. The move every day, even if it's just to go to get a coffee, come back in a little bit of a different spot, you moved, you did some sort of movement that looks good, you know. Um, so I will be trying to do the same as well. Mostly we all try and pull into the parking lot. It's not really that far, that if a group of fellas had to every day, we could just push it into the parking lot. That's not very fun. I'd much rather hook it up to a vehicle. But even with that, it would just be as simple as hooking up a rope or something. Uh, I changed the trans in the driveway, snow water in February. That is crazy. Yeah, I've done that before, man. That ain't fun. That ain't fun. When you're back sitting in slush and you're just turning wrenches like, oh man, I can't wait to get back in. Single drive shaft, gotta love that. Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. Yep, the Dutch doors were bad for that. Had one leak like crazy, had another was regular doors. Never leaked, yeah. The door seals on this van are actually awesome, I find anyway. Um, I can warm it up before I go to bed, and most times, if it's not a really cold night, I can wake up and they're still warm. It's still warm in here, so that's pretty cool. Like not super warm. I'm still starting the van in the morning to warm up, but yeah, it does all right. Also, Chevy door handles always break. My white van was a pure example of that. And everything started snapping on it. I just bought premium air, but so if you had the extra money to get to pick and pull, get transmission, would you do that? Um, I mean, yeah, I would, Vernon. I would. I'll be honest with you. I would if I had the money for both and to get a transmission right now. I would do it just to get mobile. Um, but also when I drop the transmission off to the guy and ask him how long it's gonna be, that would be the main judge on whether I would need to get a pick and pull transmission in the meantime. If he says like it's a month or a month and a half, he's back before he can get to my transmission. Absolutely. But if he says it's only going to be a week, then we wait. Regardless, it's going to be expensive to do it right or to do it. Or yeah, I say we should start a GoFundMe for Bruce to get some property with a building crash. I honestly wouldn't do a property with a building or a garage for van lifers. I would not do that. That's not me. I got no interest or intentions on getting a piece of property. Never have, never will. I enjoy the freeness of being free and meeting people on the road. The fact that I am stuck here, in a sense, at Deerfoot City again, and people, can come up 24/7. I don't get a break sometimes. Some people they'll come for a chat. They leave 5 minutes later. Somebody else comes. 5 minutes later, somebody else comes. It can be a lot here. So having people know where I am can be frustrating at times. That is one of the motivators for me wanting to get the transmission fixed. But also, holding meets and stuff when I want to, that would be awesome. But as for getting a piece of property and a garage, I would much rather just work at somebody else's garage, honestly. Save the headache of being a boss, right? Even when I started this YouTube channel, I had no intentions of it being a business or anything like that. I enjoy just sharing my journey with all of you guys. The more I get into this YouTube thing, the more I have to learn and, kind of watch what I do in a business sense, I guess, which is something I've never had to think about. My goal is to just share my story. But as we go and grow, with the YouTube thing, I am gonna have to learn and do more things with it and get more business-like in a sense. But in no way, shape, or form do I want to get a garage. My goal is to find a really good garage, maybe somewhere in the states, preferably somewhere warm all year round, where I could grow and work and learn more and get more into the hot rod community. That is my number one goal. Left hand hammers. Ooh, I'm missing a lot of the chat. Uh, I knew I forgot something, but at least I get warmer. Steering wheels. Uh, what would the next plan after the transmission be? After the transmission, it's going to be a power steering pump, I believe, because that one's getting ready to go. And then once it runs and drives, I'd probably look for 80s instead of rims and tires while building it out slowly. I have a lot of wiring and stuff that I need to do to this van, so slowly we will be picking at that. But mainly, if we can get it running and driving smooth on some better tires, that would be awesome. And then we can focus on the inside. Uh, Not sure where Deep Box Garage is located or any other YouTuber with a shop near Calgary. Yeah, I'm not too sure either. Ever since they shut down the racetrack here in Calgary, the good mechanic shops have all just kind of disappeared. I used to work at one of the engine shops here in Calgary. I really love that place. That place is still going. Thankfully, that's where I'll be getting a lot of like my flex plate parts from, and any like upgrades or stuff like that. I'll be going to them. Soft sponge earplugs, good to stop line leaks. Yeah, exactly. Heck yeah. Randy knows. I would think it would be good at this. I think I would be good at this until these conversations. It frustrates me that the people, when I go to get parts store, they ask me what kind of vehicle I have, and I say silver. Yeah, it could definitely be confusing sometimes. Even someone who is into parts and stuff, going to get certain parts for certain vehicles can definitely be confusing. You really need to do your research. Take the one you get from Pick and Pull, take that one to him, have him rebuild that one. Um, I could Vernon, but that would just leave me with a ticking time bomb of a transmission in this thing. And yeah, we'll see once I pull this transmission out. It for me, in mentally even, it's just a lot easier for me to pull this one out, send it to the guy, and then get everything back. Um, that way I know it's the transmission that was in here. It worked before. It'll work again just when it's rebuilt. I don't. I personally, I don't think it's gonna take him a super long time to rebuild it. Just preparing for the worst of him saying it might be a month. I'm really hoping that it won't be more than a week, but you never know, right? So, like, I always prepare for the worst. Oh my God, the chat just jumped. Track the oil in the power steering pump until you change it. Yeah, I've been running Lucas oil actually into it, and that seems to help. Um, Transmission rebuild in Canada is $2,000. Yeah, transmission rebuild is $2,000 Canadian. How much for the rebuild? Most transmission shops are usually a month out, and I think they have shop appointments to go by in Canada. Yeah, this guy's a little different. This guy's a local um, that actually does the transmission work for the engine shop that I used to work at. So that's how I kind of got that connection. Um, but yeah, we'll get it done. Chrome has a new shop. Try there. Chrome shop would be awesome, but Chrome shop is over 1,000 kilometers and a ferry ride away from me, which would cost me just as much as the transmission rebuild would cost to even get there. So that's definitely out of the options. I heard they closed down the work on it yourself shop. Forget what. Oh yeah, you wrench. Yeah. I haven't been there in a long time. I heard they were planning to close it down. That sucks if they did close it down. I know a lot of people really loved using that spot. Good plan, Bruce. Get it running right first, then go from there. Yeah, exactly. You could just rent a bay. Yeah, that you rent spot was awesome. Thank you, Vernon, for dropping the PayPal link. Appreciate that, brother. Bruce's van wouldn't make it over the mountain unless. Yeah, exactly. It definitely would make it over the mountain. This thing would be like first gear slipping the whole way over that thing. Step Van Dan, how you doing, brother? Uh, Thank you, Bobtail, for dropping the links. Gregory, then you can get a supercharger and 10 pounds boost. That's what I'm saying, brother. You know what I mean? Supercharger. Alive. All right, everybody, don't forget to change your headlight fluid, right? I'm still working on replacing the upper load beam on my ProMaster. Pain in the ass, dang. What is that in miles? Eh? What's what in miles? Burning headlight fluid. That's why I can't see at night. Yeah, don't forget to top up your headlight fluid. Yeah, 1,300 kilometers. Oh, is 808 miles. Yeah, yeah. It's a trek, and not only just like distance, it's over an entire mountain. So driving. Yeah, I've driven to BC and stayed there for a winter before, and I know for a fact that this transmission would not. First off, I wouldn't even get it on the highway because you can't go on the highway in second gear or a partial second gear. Oh, my legs are killing me. Oh, ow. Man, how long have we been going? 45 minutes. Wicked. Why? Time flies when you're having fun, man. I tell you what. Oh, I check this battery. Okay, the laptop battery's getting down there. Alrighty, you guys. I think we're gonna end the video or the live stream off here. I'm gonna get back into editing mode for tonight, and I'm gonna try and get the temporary power box update video coming up. I'm gonna try and get that out for sometime tomorrow. Now that I have Starlink and my power set up again, we should have no problem with pumping out some videos. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna try and get that video out to you guys tomorrow, and then also hopefully a video for Wednesday. We'll see. But my main goal for this week is to try and hopefully get that transmission removed, send it off to the guy, and get some more information on how long it's gonna be, and all of that stuff. I know the price because he gave me a good quote on everything being brand new, transmission upgrades, brand new torque converter, everything. I got some fluid. I was gonna put it in to flush the transmission out, but I think I'm gonna hold off and use that fresh fluid for the new transmission when it gets rebuilt. Um, but yeah, that's the update for now, you guys. Oh, I'm missing some chats here. How many amp hours do you have in the van now? Not that they are hooked up. Yeah, so they are hooked up, both 100 amp hour batteries from Renergy. They're AGM, and I have two of them, so technically it's 200 amp hours. Yeah, thank you guys all so much for the love. But yeah, we're gonna end the live stream off here, and like I said, hopefully we can get that video out Monday, Wednesday, and then I'm really trying to get back to three. Oh, excuse me, 3 videos a week. I like doing a 3 video a week schedule. It really works for me with editing and everything else. I like doing a Monday upload, Wednesday upload, and a Friday upload. If I can get those in a line running smoothly, once again like last summer, then we will do like weekend live streams to catch up, possibly every weekend. So here's to getting everything back in order and running smoothly. We'll see you guys on the next one. And remember, never give up on living life, because life is the most precious thing we have, even if you're stuck in second gear. Have a good night, everybody.